Welcome back. In this video, we will learn about how to make our sidebar responsive. In previous video, we have added a sidebar to our application. So currently we have a sidebar on the left side of our application. And now we want to make it responsive. To check the responsiveness about how our app will behave on different devices, how our sidebar will look in different devices, we can use Chrome DevTools. So Chrome provides us with very good set of developer tools that we can use to debug the problems in an application and can check the responsiveness of our application. So to open the developer tools, I'll press right click and go to this inspect option. So these are the Chrome Dev tools in the new window. In your case, this might not be a new window, that might be docked inside the current browser window. It might be on the side or could be on the bottom. So I've used this unlock into separate window option to have the Chrome DevTools in the separate window. So to check the responsiveness, I'll click this toggle device toolbar, and now you can see that this has changed our browser window. So from this drop down, I can select the multiple devices on which I can see the responsiveness or application. So if I go and click iPhone X, you can see that this is how our application will look. And right now we can see that the sidebar is still present and it is taking around 20% of the space that we have set in our app.cs file, but it is too small. So we need to fix that. So in case of a different device, for example, iPad, this is still fine in case of iPad. So we need to fix that in case of small devices, uh, such as iPhone X or any different phone, Galaxy S5. Another good option here is you can use this responsive option, and now you are in control to adjust the height and width of this device. So you can just expand it to see how our application will look on devices with the bigger length, and similarly, we can drag it to adjust the height and width. So you can play with it and see how your application is going to be rendered in case of different devices. So now we need to fix this problem that we are getting, that sidebar is way too small in case of a small devices. So for that, I'll go back to my code, and inside our app.css file, which contains the styles, I'll set the style for our sidebar. So currently we have set the width to 20%. And let's just add a min width property. So let's just make it 100 pixels. So this min width property is used to specify the minimum width of the sidebar. So our sidebar will take the 20% of this available space on the screen, and if that 20% of the screen is greater than 100 pixels, our sidebar will take that much space. But if that 20% of the available space is less than 100 pixels, so the sidebar will take the 100 pixels of space. So now if I click save and go back to the browser window and make it responsive, you can see now it is taking 20% of the space. And as soon as I start shrinking the width, now it is taking 100 pixels. So we are not seeing the effect of this min width property because maybe we have set width to a small value. So let's just change it to 250 pixels and see how it behaves. Now if I open our app, you can see that the app is now not taking, here it is taking 20% of the available space, and as soon as I shrink the app, Now it is taking more space than 20%. And now if I go and select a different device from the drop down, I'll select iPhone X. So this is how our application will look in iPhone X, iPad, and other devices. So here we can see that this sidebar is appearing always on the UI. So we don't want it to be here all the time. So in next video, we'll learn about how to create a toggle button for our sidebar. So whenever the toggle button is pressed, the sidebar appears, and when we press that button again, the sidebar disappears. Thank you for watching.